The clearer and more distinct your prompt is, the better output you'll get.
Okay. Hi there and welcome to From Ideas Results. I'm joined by Yumna from our paid team here at Sleep and Giant Media, and we're exploring all the things happening in the world of paid, kicking off with our first topic, which is AI-powered advertising is arriving. We've been talking about this a lot.
So if we're talking about ChatGPT ads specifically, so it has arrived in the UK, it's very, very early doors. So you absolutely have to go through individual representatives or using tools like Stack Adapt and things like that to be able to have your ads running on ChatGPT. We imagine obviously as it kind of rolls out like further down the line, it will be much similar to the other countries that have been using it for a little while. In a US ads manager, you could then target the UK.
And the next one we were looking at, Meta's AI is changing the audience building process.
Really interesting actually. So if anyone's familiar with meta targeting, you'll know that it's usually been a case of, particularly for interest and demographics and things like that, you'd type something away in this little search bar and then it'll give you a bunch of suggestions and you'd like kind of stack them up. You could then do include, exclude, or make sure they include both, who achieves both the different sections. That's kind of, it's not totally gone. It's obviously like kind of a rollout, and realistically if we're looking at like Meta's Advantage Plus like audiences anyway, a lot of that is kind of steering into the broad side of things. This is kind of just giving an additional steer. So with the Advantage Plus audiences anyway, you could still have those interests to kind of slightly steer it, but it'd go much broader. With this, it's kind of like using ChatGPT or Gemini, where you are essentially describing your audience. You're saying that, oh, I want these ads to appear in front of XYZ, much like using ChatGPT or Gemini or any other kind of AI tool. The clearer and more distinct your prompt is, the better output you'll get.
Okay.
But it's very early doors.
Okay, and the third topic was the longer data retention creating new opportunities.
So before, with website data for purchases, for example, you would have like, I think you could do it for up to 180 days. It's something like 730 days now, which is crazy. That's big,
huge.
Yeah. Your retargeting audiences could go from quite small and perhaps a little bit rinsed through, because with small audiences that does happen, to quite big, because now you'll be able to have that backlog of data.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you have any view, you may not have got to this yet, but around things like, does this impact any GDPR issues around? Because we have sort of obviously different data regs in the UK.
What I would presume the case is that
it's still non-personalized.
Yes, exactly. And so what I would think as well is that often with like from a GDPR perspective, particularly with like remarketing audiences, with your pixels and things like that, within your like privacy policy, within your cookie policy, etc., usually it's outlined there about like the third-party marketing tools, right? And that it will keep your data or whatever. So it's not clarified whether, I'm not sure off the top of my head whether there is a specific limitation in terms of how long within GDPR standards, but I'm pretty sure as long as you outline and you're really clear about what you're going to do with that data, in terms of if it's third-party data, then it shouldn't be an issue.
Lots to think about there. So if you found that useful, do check out our website. Got loads of content and downloadables on these topics, as well as on our socials. That is it from us, and we'll see you next time.